Hi Power Queens, welcome to another episode of Power Queens, and today I've got the gorgeous, amazing, talented, powerful Amanda Jingela. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. I've wanted you on the show for God knows how long.
Aww.
And I've been a really big fan of yours, and I've been inspired by you. So
Thank you.
when you said yes, I'll come on the show, I was really excited. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having me,
So
Thandi.
it's a pleasure, and today's topic is Black is Power, and I think this is such a topic that a lot of women need to getting into the habit of addressing it
Yes.
and being proud of it.
Yes.
But firstly, let's start off by just getting a sense of who you are, who is Amanda, what are you about, that sort of thing.
Okay, Amanda Jingela is a Durban-based babe. I'm born and bred in Durban, and I hold a BSc degree in environmental sciences. But right now, I'm currently a content creator. I refer to myself as a content creator / influencer, if you put it that way. But yeah, that's what I do. I'm in the digital space, which is why I'm here.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. And Amanda, how did you get into that digital space? What was the one thing that made you go, okay, you know what, I want to be a content creator, I want to get into the digital space? And what motivated you to get into that specific industry?
I think everybody has a story to tell in terms of how they got into a specific field, and for me, I would call it fate. When I finished my BSc degree, it was very hard to find a job in Durban, so I just decided to cut my hair. My sister is like my biggest influence, and I think after my mom passed away, that role of being a bigger sister got emphasized in my life, and I guess in her life too. So when she passed away, I cut my hair because she has an afro.
Wow.
She's grown up with an afro her whole life. And when she saw her older sister having relaxed hair this whole time, she's like, why are you always encouraging me to keep my natural hair when you have relaxed hair? Why don't you cut your hair? You know how kids are so daring?
Yes.
So you have to lead by example.
Yes.
That's how I did. So I cut my hair, and I guess the cutting of my relaxed hair was like a transition in real life.
Wow.
I transitioned from being, jobless into the space of creativity, and how everybody followed me because of that. And that's how I guess it grew. So I'd call my journey in the creative space a more faith-based journey, more than, oh no, when I grow up I want to be, an influencer, or when I grow up I want to be in the media platform.
Yes.
It was the last thing on my mind,
Yes.
actually. So it was a very faith-based journey, and I'm here, and I've worked with amazing brands because of that jump of or leap of faith.
Yes. And that's really like an awesome story to tell, because there are a lot of women who are in a situation where they do want to get into any kind of industry,
Yes.
but they are held back by doubts.
And I had doubt too. Definitely doubt filled my head all the time.
Yeah.
But like I said, my sister is such a daring little soul. She was like, if you want me to have an afro, you must also have an afro. So that's how the whole journey started.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And how easy has it been to get into the digital space, being a young Black woman specifically? Do you feel like the opportunities that are presented to you are the same as opportunities that are presented to young women of other races? Because I feel like this
That's
is a
an
topic.
interesting topic.
Yeah, I feel like people don't want to really discuss this, and and
Yes.
to address it and be open and honest about it, and just
True.
give honest, genuine tips about what to do as a young Black woman specifically. What you need to do to get into that industry and being taken seriously as well. And trusted with their brands.
Yes. For me, I haven't seen the gap between the races.
Okay.
Because you'll find that Black people are more proud and just own their brands more than I guess other races do. So you'll find that a lot of brands associate with anything that is loud and proud.
Yes.
and authentic.
Yes.
And I feel like, yes, other races are trying, but we dominating because of, you know, what we possess, and we know what we possess, and
Yes.
we're not afraid to, you know, show our skills and be loud about what we do in the digital space. When it comes to other races, I think other races are dominant behind the screen.
Okay.
So, and I find the creative space, whether you're in front or behind, the same.
Yes.
You just choose your niches or where
Yes.
you flourish in. So I can't say black people are not dominant behind
Yes.
the screen, because you do find, you know, black people behind the scenes as well. But white people are quite dominant behind the scenes too,
Yeah.
in terms of, you know, your camera work, your production,
Yeah.
direction. You'll find that whenever we go to shoots, the team is mostly white, but they
that's
do have
true.
black people. You
Yes,
know?
I hear you.
So it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
I don't see the difference between the races. I feel like it's an equal ratio.
Yes,
It's
yes.
an equal ratio of everybody dominating in whatever field it is creatively.
Yes. And that's interesting, because that actually kind of like ties back in a way to the topic today, which is Black is Power.
Yes.
Do you believe, or have you noticed in your industry specifically, that the way the world is shifting now?
Yes.
In fact, I can't even say the way the world is shifting now, but the black race is such a powerful race.
Definitely.
And I
It
think
is, of
that
course.
yes, right. And I think that we are so beautiful. I think that we are so intelligent. I think that we are very influential. Even though we are not always publicized as influential in a positive light all the time.
Yes.
But only in a positive light when it comes to specific things. You know what I'm trying to say? And the reason why I came up with the topic Black is Power is because I
Yes.
want young teenage girls
Yes.
and even other women
Yeah.
of our color to recognize the power in us.
Okay.
You know, I mean, for example, if you look at the way women want to look today,
Oh,
it's influenced by the black body, female
yes,
body.
yes.
If you look at, for example, the fact that, for example, the Kardashians, you know, the way
The
they've
butt
implants, and they
the
know
small waist,
yes. And the cornrows
And
that
the
everyone
corner-
are rocking
yes.
now.
The
Those are
tan.
the tan,
The tan.
and even the lingo.
Yes,
you
the
know,
lingo,
the
yes,
slang.
definitely.
You know, and
Slang is something that is associated with black culture.
Right?
So when, you know, the other races are picking it up, it's
Yes.
like, oh, now it's cool when you
yeah,
do it.
that's exactly
Yeah.
the word to use. Black is cool.
Yeah, black
and
is
for
cool.
me, that means black is power, because we're influencing the way other races think, move, and behave.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's something that we should take ownership of and
Definitely,
be proud of.
definitely.
And my reason for inviting you to talk about Black is Power is the fact that I want black women to be encouraged to do what you're doing as a woman, because you rock your natural hair with pride. You can rock a weave if you want to rock a weave.
Yes.
You can post a picture of yourself on Instagram without wearing makeup, with wearing makeup. You are very, very, very transparent with how you present yourself.
Yes.
And you have no shame in doing it,
Oh,
and you're
not at
confident
all.
doing it.
Yes.
And I just want, you know, other women to
Be inspired
be
by it.
inspired by it, you know.
Oh, I get you there.
Why do you think it is that we do have a lot of women that don't feel confident enough to take ownership in their natural hair, in their skin tone, in their physique? You know, why is that so?
I feel like we live in a world that's very trend based, globally and in our circles. You'll find that when a certain trend is trending, we all jump on and we think that is the way forward, that's the blueprint. And that comes with pros and cons, just like everything in life.
Yes.
Everything comes with pros and cons. And the nice thing about trends is that black is very trendy right now.
Yes.
And being black is the best thing in this generation. I would not want to be any other race. I love it because black is trendy. But also it has its cons yes, its cons as well, where you'll find that people ridicule it's because it's trendy.
Yeah.
And you don't want a trend to be ridiculed. You're there to show that yes, black can be trendy, white can also be trendy.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that, you know, just because we're emphasizing on the black, that white isn't.
Yes.
Yes. With the
exactly.
natural hair movement, in the beginning, there was a lot of weave-based and Afro-based, like that contrast. Like, and I was like, why compare the two?
True.
Because those are trend weave. There was a weave trend for the longest time. Like girls were wearing expensive weaves, straight, curly, dyed, short. That was a trend for a while, and now that trend is it's slowly dying out, and we're introducing this natural hair trend. Doesn't mean that we need to neglect the other one. It just gives you more options.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm pro both. I'm pro weave, pro natural hair, because I feel like my preference is not going to be the same as your preference.
Yes.
So I shouldn't enforce it. Yes. But I am giving options, and everyone is entitled to options. Everyone is entitled to change their hair whenever they want. So as far as the natural hair trend goes, I feel like it shouldn't be a trend anymore. It's a lifestyle. If you want to choose, like choosing a healthy lifestyle and diets. If you want to go healthy, it's not a trend. It's a lifestyle. When you change and you want to adapt to a more healthier lifestyle, it shouldn't be something trendy. It should be something you want to embody, something you want to own, an option you can choose in life, whether it's junk food, whatever it is. But that's how I feel with trends, and being black is cool. Black is a lifestyle. It's us. It's who we are. It's our lives. So you can't say yes, it's trendy, but this is who we are.
I absolutely love the way that you described, options.
Yes,
in terms of your hair preference. It really is a lifestyle, and I think a lot of the backlash that women get for having weaves or for having natural hair starts with the fact that women aren't embracing what you've just educated us about, that it's a lifestyle and it's your preference.
It's a lifestyle, it's a preference.
And you can't be crucified for what you choose.
Oh no.
And you can't be judged for what you choose.
Definitely.
Because we have seen that women that rock natural hair, like you or myself, even relaxed hair, they go, oh, you don't have style. When it's got nothing to do with having style.
Nothing,
or you're broke. When sometimes it's got nothing to do with
Do you know
broke.
how expensive it is to maintain your hair?
That's the thing that people don't understand. Some people don't even understand that it's actually expensive.
It is very expensive to go to the salon monthly, first of all.
Yes.
To invest in good products as well. It's very costly. So people shouldn't think that just because I spend maybe 300 rand a month on my hair instead of 3 grand once off for a weave, that the prices determine whether I'm broke or not. No, it's an investment. Like buying good quality weaves is an investment.
Exactly.
Just like your hair is an investment, but it's an investment that's once off with weaves. With your natural hair, it's a continuous investment. So you're going to pay just as much, if not more, than what you would pay for a weave that is of good quality.
Yes, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. And now moving back to your career.
Yes.
I would really love for women to be exposed to women like yourself who have different opinions regarding their career, because everyone's definition is kind of different to different industries, because everyone has their own style when it comes to a specific industry. How would you describe your personal style as a personal brand? Like, how do you
That's such a trick question. I don't know.
How do you present yourself? How do you market yourself? And why do you choose the way that you choose to market yourself? And why does it work for you?
Why does it work? Why do I choose you?
Like how have you positioned yourself in the market? Like what makes you stand out?
What makes me stand out from what I've gauged from my following is my hair. My hair definitely makes me stand out. And I feel like that's my main feature that attracts a lot of my following and gives me more engagement on my social media. So I maximize on that. And the best part to grow is maximizing on what people associate with you for. So if you're known for makeup, you would maximize on makeup and makeup tutorials and all of these things because you're known for makeup. So for me, hair has been my marketing tool, and how I rock it, how I wear it, and just how whatever look I choose to shoot in at that time, and people gravitate towards that. That's what I chose to market myself as. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a natural hair influencer.
Okay.
Because I feel like that boxes me into a niche. I would do lifestyle more.
All right.
So I, even though my lifestyle isn't so luxury based, because you have different types of influencers. You've got a luxury influencer that lives these luxury, lifestyle of, brands that are like loud. I wouldn't say loud, but like
Yes.
expensive brands.
Yes.
Then you have your everyday girl. Like I'm your girl next door.
Yeah.
I'll put you on, your affordable beauty,
Yes.
your affordable skincare, your affordable hair care. That's more my niche. So the girl next door that you can relate to, and you can also look up to. Because sometimes you don't have to look up to someone who has luxury. Sometimes you just want someone that you can relate to right now and be like, oh my god, I want to be like you for now, for the next 5 years. Because then you always have to evolve. Like, if the next 5 years you want to be a luxury influencer, go for it, babe.
Yes.
That can also be a long-term goal. But
Yes.
right now, as a short-term goal, you can look up to the girl that you can relate to and be like, oh, I like how she does her thing.
And I love that. And,
Yeah.
and when we spoke earlier, I said to
Yeah.
you, I was attracted to you because of your realism
Oh,
and
thank
your
you.
authenticity.
Thank
And I really do believe that you have gotten that down to a T.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what I think? My personal belief is, for those that are representing or positioning themselves as a luxury influencer,
Yes.
it's great for them.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we're still human beings. You know what I mean?
And we live in
we'll-
South Africa.
and
Our
we live in-
economy is not the greatest.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. And also for me, it's like, even if you are a millionaire, you're still a woman. You will still go through the same things that every woman. We all don't wake up in the morning feeling
Yeah.
good about ourselves.
Oh,
We
no.
all don't live that luxury lifestyle. Even if you are a millionaire, you don't go on holiday once a month every
Every
year.
month, yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't always buy
You
a Gucci
invest in
bag.
those
You
things,
invest in
yeah.
those things. It's like
Yes.
planned things,
Yes.
So I think that it's great for women like yourself to represent a human being, like a normal person.
Yes,
With
everyday struggles.
with everyday struggles and just living your life,
Yeah.
and not feeling the pressure of wanting to only represent a specific luxury targeted
thank you.
market.
Do you know that I've battled with that for the longest time? Because of the preconceived notion people would get.
Okay.
So establishing who I am has been something I've been so pro about.
Yeah.
It's like yes, I want to be luxury
Yes.
in the long term.
Yes.
But right now, my lifestyle is saying I'm the girl next door.
Yes.
So let me just embrace that.
Yes.
And for the longest time, people would always be like, no, but you look like you would do luxury because, your look says luxury. But like, no, how do you know that that's my look? How do
Yeah.
you know that that's who I
That's
am?
true.
You conceive me like
Yes.
that. Doesn't mean that I am like that.
Yes.
This is who I am.
Yes.
So establishing that it hasn't been easy, but because I'm so focused, I have a vision for what I want to do with myself and with my brand, and I want the people that are following me now to grow with me
Right.
and see that growth. I don't want them to see me already in a yacht in Paris. I mean, in the coast of
Yes.
whatever. And then they're like, oh, we see you. How did you get there? I want my journey to be fun. Just show you the steps of that. It's like, no, I was once like you before, and my
Yes.
journey is just gonna progress to where God wants to lead me,
Right?
hopefully.
And I
Yes.
think that's huge motivation for women who are starting out, and even for women who aren't starting out. Because I've seen people who really do have money, and
Yeah.
their page is a mixture of the luxury lifestyle when they're on
Yeah.
holiday,
Uh-huh.
and then you see them just being a mom, or you see
Yeah.
them being a wife, or you see them being a friend, or just an ordinary girl that likes to have
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
So even if you do have money, you can be
can do
both.
both. Definitely
but
can do
but I
both.
think that social media has really sometimes just pushed the limits and pushed the boundaries, and only shown one
a specific side.
side. And I think that's where the problem lies with young teenage girls who are
That are
emulating.
looking up.
They are
Oh
looking. You
my
see what I'm trying to say? So
God,
I think that's where the problem comes in. And I often hear people that go, oh, I'm so sick and tired of seeing people on yachts and this and that and that.
Because I can't afford it.
Because I can't afford it.
Yeah.
And how would you say that has, in a way, grounded you? Because you would imagine that everyone would be like, I wish I also had that life. I wish
Yeah.
but you have
True.
remained true to yourself and grounded, and it hasn't you don't, try to match up to it. You're
No,
okay
no,
with
I
who
know
you
my
are,
lane. I
you
know
know?
my lane. My lane says we're not at a yacht lane right now.
Yes.
We're getting there.
You're getting there, right?
And I think for me, what my sister grounds me a lot. I always say my sister's my firstborn, because I assumed role of mom in inverted commas as soon as our mom passed away. So when you're a mom, and moms are different. Everyone has a different perspective and outlook and goal when it comes to their parenting. I'm not saying mine is perfect, mine just works for me.
Yeah.
What I learned being her mom for those 2 years before I became a mom on my own was that kids are very influenced. They're highly influenced.
Yes.
So they lead by example. You have to lead by example basically, because if you are saying, like the whole me cutting my hair issue, if you're saying Sporazi, my sister's name is Sporazi, I'm like, Sporazi, oh no, you're beautiful with your natural hair.
Yes.
Embrace it, don't cut it.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the person that's preaching it has relaxed hair.
Yeah.
It's got very mixed signals when it comes to go,
True.
oh, okay. So that concept I've carried through with how I present myself on all my social platforms. I don't want people to see me going, but she looks this way, but her lifestyle is not like that. I always wanted to match, and that's what she's taught me. She doesn't know that she's taught me this, but in her way, her innocent eyes have taught me that, oh no, if I'm gonna be preaching one thing, can it echo in everything else that I do? It can't. I can't be two-sided about whatever I do. So that's why, as much as I'd like to be a luxury influencer, it's not me. I can't afford Gucci right now. I can afford Zara,
Yes.
and Zara is just as good as any other brand,
Definitely.
luxury brand out
Definitely.
there. So you'll find that makes me relatable and to my niche. My niche can gravitate towards that, or can be influenced by that, where someone else wouldn't. Like someone else who likes your brands like Gucci and Louis Vuitton, they wouldn't be influenced by what I do because it's not who they don't relate.
Yes.
So the nice thing about social media is, yes, it's people group it as one thing, but there's a variety of people that follow you, and your niche will always follow you and vouch for you and help you grow. Doesn't mean that you have to change who you are to gauge your following. You just have to embrace who you are, and your little following will take you to higher places. And I feel like that's where people get their concepts mixed up. They think, no, you have to be a certain way to get a following. No, you don't have to be. You just have to be yourself, and people will catch on. People always catch on. Like natural hair wasn't cool 3 years ago,
and
5
now
years
it
ago.
is.
Now it's something we all want to do. I'm part. I thought I started off as a trend, and that trend became a lifestyle, and that's just how life is. So social media is also just like that. It's a trend, but it's going into a lifestyle now. Digital, everything's becoming digital. So it's a lifestyle we all need to start adapting and taking seriously. It's not something we do for fun. Yes, some do it for fun. We don't all have to do it for professional, uses. We can also do it for fun. But everything is evolving and becoming a lifestyle, and that's the beauty of trends and everything around us.
And what would you say is like a major difference between a content creator and an influencer? Because even with me myself, I sometimes get confused because sometimes people that define themselves as content creators are also influencers, and it's kind of like tricky in a way.
I think a content creator,
for those ladies that are trying to be content creators, but they're not really understanding.
The lines are very blurred. I don't think there's a specific path. Because the beauty of this business is that you can dabble into anything that is creative and digital if we can do it. So when it comes to content creation, it's definitely a person or an individual that creates content. So you can be a brain behind Palki
Yes.
is a content created, episode or YouTube channel, because and that's you can consider yourself as a content creator because that's your content that you created. An influencer is more like a marketing tool. That's what I see. So if Pons, for example, is looking to introduce a new product into into female teenagers, they will know that so and so in this age group is very influential. So I'm gonna use that honey because teenagers like her. We want to sell the product to teenagers. She's gonna influence them. That's how I see influencers, and the difference between influencer and content creator. And influencer is more like a marketing tool that brands use to raise awareness on whatever they want to sell. Whereas a content creator is more of you create your own content and you sell your content to your audience more than, and brands can back you up, or it's just more an individual process. Yeah.
And what is your take on South Africans being influencers for internationally
It's
owned
about
brands?
time. Yardley has this slogan that goes, I did a campaign with them earlier this year that says, "It's your time."
Yes.
And it's such a powerful slogan, and I feel like people don't really take it seriously. It's that it's about time we jumped on
And we're included.
and we're included in the global
Yes.
trends and the global influential space, because we have things to offer that another person
Yes.
can't offer, so it's definitely about time that we jump onto
I
that space.
I completely agree. I really do think that why not? Why can't
Yes, why
Africans be
not?
included in
Yes.
global trends
In
and in
global
global
trends,
brands and
yes.
representing global brands? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Especially because for me, it also fuels up inspiration to
Definitely.
others who
Yes.
are going, you know what, one day I can be a representative of a big brand like
Yep,
that, and also wave the flag of being a South African representing a global
Because
brand.
we don't have
you
a
know
lot
what
of
I'm
those.
saying?
Like Truno is doing an amazing
Right?
job. Shanice Theron is doing an amazing job, and they have given us hope.
Yes.
To go. We can also break into
Exactly,
that sphere.
exactly.
Yes.
But then you also get the other group of people who feel like Africans should only represent African
African
brands
brands.
or African businesses or African, anything African.
It
What
goes
is your
back
take on
to-
that?
To options. Everyone has an opinion, and everyone has a right to options.
Yes.
I don't think we should be grouped or packaged into specifically African brands just because we're Africans. No, I feel like if your brand resonates with an international brand, go for it. If your brand resonates with an African brand, go for it too. It doesn't make you less African when you do something that's international. It just puts Africa
Yes.
on a bigger platform.
Yeah,
or
I was actually
Africa
about to say that,
So yeah,
We-
so I feel like when it comes to those concepts, I'm pro both.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away from who you are
Yeah.
as a South African or
Yes.
as an African person.
Yes. And I really do think that it is about time
Yeah,
that
it's
South
about time.
Africans look at themselves on a high level.
Oh,
why
definitely.
can't I represent Revlon?
You know,
Why?
globally.
If Naomi Campbell or so and so can do it, also another
Yes.
black woman, why can't a South African? And I think that South Africans, a lot of the time, we limit ourselves.
Oh,
We want to
definitely.
be known in South Africa. We
And
want to be
that's not
popular,
enough.
and that's not enough. We want to
That's
be
not
popular in
enough.
South Africa.
Yeah.
And to tell the truth and to be 100% honest is what you just said earlier, that our economy is really bad.
Yeah, our economy is not the greatest, yes.
It's not the greatest. So if you are getting great opportunities to expand, then you
go
should
for it.
definitely take on those opportunities and wave the flag to go, I'm a South African person doing major moves.
Yes.
I'm now, my personal brand is now being exposed to the globe, and not just to South
Oh,
Africa.
yes. And that's everyone's dream. I feel like as a brand, you wanna go global.
Yes.
You don't wanna just be limited to national.
Absolutely.
Global is the ultimate goal, and if you can break into that niche, whether it happens 10 years from now, 2 years from now, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Like, don't box yourself and say you're not ready.
Oh,
And,
yes.
like, I feel like that leap of faith is going to be a domino effect into all the other things you do in life. So
Yes.
you shouldn't limit yourself to just South Africa or these borders.
Yes.
You know, borders are a mental prison. People should always just stay away from borders.
That's
in life.
actually, that's
Yes.
deep. Borders are a mental prison.
Yes.
Oh my
So
word, that's actually
you
really
just
powerful.
always want to stay away from anything that borders or puts borders around your dreams, puts borders around anything you want to do. You just always want to just break those down
Yes.
and just think big. Always think big. Don't
Yes.
limit yourself. You know, there's a space for everyone to blossom. Whether you blossom in summer, in winter, everyone blossoms at some stage in life.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean because it's not happening now, it's never gonna happen.
Absolutely. And how has your experience been in your specific industry, being Durban based, with other females that are in the same industry as yours, or doing or pushing similar moves? Do you promote brand collaborations, or how is
I
it?
haven't
Do you prefer to work
actually-
by yourself?
I
Or?
haven't done a lot of personal brand
Okay.
collaborations. Sorry, I've done a lot of brand collaborations with big brands,
Yes.
like your, Pons. I keep saying Pons because that's my recent work.
Yeah.
But personal brands I haven't, because I feel like in Durban is tough because you don't know what so and so is doing. Yes, I know my fellow influencers or my fellow content creators, but it's so hard to collaborate because they just have this aura of I don't know what it is. Maybe I probably possess it too and I'm not aware of it. But it's so hard for us to collaborate. It's easy. I see it in Joburg. Joburg, they collaborate a lot
Okay,
with
yeah,
personal
yeah.
brands.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I feel like I wish we could learn from them and try and adapt it here. Because that would make the Durban influencer industry grow.
Absolutely.
And show that yes, we're united and we can work together.
Yes,
We
yes.
don't get that a lot here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because there's a lot of our brands are so different that we can't collaborate. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But we don't get a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I'd love that because that promotes growth and we can learn from each other. I've learned more from my Joburg trips with the influencers in Joburg than I do from influencers in Durban because the industry is obviously bigger in Joburg.
Yes.
And bigger is better. Everything. The events are bigger.
Yes.
The events are you wanna attend.
Yes.
And you'll find that like-minded people in the same room can change my life and how I
Yes.
look at myself as an influencer now,
Yes.
being around other influencers. Because if I wasn't exposed to that, I think my growth would have been stagnant. And you
Yes.
don't want to be stagnant in
Stagnant.
anything you do.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
It's
Durban-
also something that I've kind of noticed. I think that,
Durban-
and it's in a way it's a little bit unfortunate
Yeah.
because people
there's so much to offer.
there's so much to offer, and I do believe that there are a lot of Durban-based women
Yeah.
who can be so amazing if they had more exposure.
Yes.
But I think that the exposure will come from people teaming up together. And going, you know what, we're also great influencers.
Yes.
We also host dope events. We're also we're also
Yes.
in the loop when it comes to fashion and lifestyle and entrepreneurship and empowerment and all those things. But I have to agree with you.
Everyone likes doing things on
their own.
They want to shine on their own. They don't know how to shine together. And that's not how you don't grow in environments like that. Yes, you can grow individually, but there's so much to offer when women come together.
Yes.
There's so much to offer when creative people can come together.
And also, why don't we learn from the men? Because the men do it.
Really?
You know, I think so.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's just what I see. I'm
Yes.
generalizing.
Yes,
I can't say I know
yes.
for sure.
Yes.
But for me, it seems as though the men come together a little bit easier than the
True,
women.
true.
Like Tira can collaborate with Dream Team.
Oh,
Dream Team can work
definitely.
with so and so.
Yes.
And you know, even if they're all in
easier.
Durban, like
Yeah.
men just in general, like can get
Yeah.
along easier and collaborate
In creative
easier.
spaces
And
more
then
than-
we always go, oh, you know, men get
so
better
scared of
opportunities.
so-and-so.
But then I also feel like men, they take those opportunities by force. A man can easily go, you know what, I want to be associated with a Tira because he's the king of Durban right
Oh,
now.
yes.
So I'm going to work with him.
Uh-huh.
Whereas with women, it sometimes becomes like a complex, inferior type
Oh,
of thing. Like,
definitely.
I will know that Amanda is kicking ass.
Oh,
You know what I'm trying to say? So why would I not want to be associated with someone that's great? Because I know that I can learn from a man.
And I can
You
learn
know?
from you too.
And we can learn from each other.
Yes.
And then as a team or as a group of
As a
women,
group of women,
we can go.
yes.
Durban is now on the map when it
Oh,
comes to
honey.
women empowerment.
And
you know?
I wish, maybe I'm not aware, but I wish that movements can be a thing for us in Durban, because in that way there's so much to offer when women come together.
Of course.
There's so much to offer when creative and like-minded people come in under one roof and just,
Yes.
be one.
Yes.
And I would love that. I would love collaborations. I love it. I love growth. I love
Yes.
women coming together. I love positive communication,
Yes.
in conversations. All of those things
Yes.
are necessary. Are definitely necessary.
Now let's talk about you being a new mom.
Oh my god.
Because I think that on its own makes a woman a power queen.
Yeah, oh,
I've
honey,
always said that,
honey.
we give birth, and that's what makes
Yeah.
us queen. That's what makes us powerful. And for you to be, juggling a career, you're a great partner to your man, you're a great
thank
mother,
you.
all these things
Thank
come together, and that's what makes you a power queen.
Thank
Because I think a lot of women also, because of social media again, they associate being a queen because you own a business. They
Oh,
associate being
yes.
a queen because you're making boss moves. When also the simplest thing of being it's not even simple, but it's
But
a gift.
yes.
You're a queen because you're a mother. You're a queen because you're a wife. You're a great sister. You're a great friend. You're a great human being.
Yes.
So for me, one of the most powerful things that a woman can ever be is to be a mother.
Oh.
So what has
Woo.
that experience been like for you? And congratulations yet
Thank
again. I mean, it's
you.
really amazing.
Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, I've got experience with my sister.
Yes.
So I always say my sister is my firstborn. And it's very different when you have your own
Yeah.
and you parenting
Yes.
someone you haven't birthed, because your life is so different when baby's around, and that process starts as soon as you find out that you're pregnant. I feel like I'm a different person than I was a year ago.
Yeah.
Definitely grown a hell of a lot. And I know my strengths now. I always feel like I was a person who shied away from her strengths because I wasn't so sure that I was capable of doing certain things. Now I own it, whether I can do it or not.
Yes.
Because motherhood has taught me to wing it.
Yes.
Whether you can do it or
Yes.
not. And that's how life is.
Yeah.
Life, you wing a whole lot of things that you think you weren't capable of doing, and you find yourself doing it, and you're like, oh my god, that is me. Like, she's turning 3 months in a couple of days.
She's the cutest,
And I'm
most
just
beautiful
like,
baby
oh my
ever.
God. I
Oh my
love
word.
her. And I'm just like, I can't believe it's been 3 months.
Yeah.
Every day I'm learning. Every day she's teaching me something new about myself.
Yes.
I can't believe how much I'm learning through her about being me and as a mom. And it's such a powerful experience, and it's such a blessing. Like, I hope you experience that one day.
I hope so too.
It's gonna change you. It's gonna change your life, honey. And it's amazing. I love it. I love it. Though I hate waking up in the morning, and my baby's a morning person. That has been one thing. It's been a very hard to get used to. Yes.
That's beautiful. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
So, Amanda, just in your words, what is a power queen? What is the definition of a power queen to you?
Wow, a power queen. Oh, how do you box power, babe?
You can't.
Exactly. So for me, I think you powerful in being you. So a power queen is powerful when they being themselves and knowing what they can offer the people around them. And for me, influence does not start on social media. Influence starts at home. And that's the best influence you can get. If you can influence the people around you, you've done enough. If you can change the lives of the people around you, that's enough. That's power on its own. So a power queen is a person who is proud and loud in being who they are. So
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate
for
it,
having me.
and I really appreciate you sharing so much information about yourself, sharing so much educational and insightful information
Thank
about
you so
yourself,
much.
and just being a huge inspiration to not only women of our age and our caliber, but young teenage girls. And yeah, it's been
Thank
a
you for
pleasure.
having me. It's such an amazing platform, and I feel like we need more of these conversations to be had, not
Oh, thank
only
you.
on TV once in
Yes.
a while. And congratulations on your YouTube channel.
Thank you so
It's an
much.
amazing initiative, and I hope it changes someone's life.
Thank
know?
you so
and
much.
And that's where it starts. And you've changed my experience now.
Oh, thank you.
With, what you've shared here. So
Thank
I
you.
love what you have going on, and I pray your brand, God takes it to where you want it to go.
Thank you
Further
so
than
much.
where you think it can go.
Thank you so much.
You're
And likewise,
welcome.
and as a gift from Four Cousins and
Aw.
gift of the show, from me to you, I'd like to present you with this hamper.
Thank you so much.
I really hope you enjoy it.
Is this non-alcoholic? I'm
Unfortunately
joking.
not.
I'm a drinking mom.
Hopefully you'll enjoy it. And
Thank
yeah,
you so much.
thank you so much again. This has
Thank
been
you.
Power Queens with the lovely Amanda. No, the Power Queen Amanda Jingela.
Oh, thank you.
We hope that you ladies have learned a lot, and we hope that you will continue to grow as well in your path. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again. This has been the Black Power episode with Amanda.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.